Hey everybody, Omar here, your Edge of South Africa guy, and I am back with another fun-filled video for you. It's been a while since I've done my last uh, video, and I just wanted to get back into the game, so this one might be a little bit rusty. So we're going to see how this one comes out. I'm not really sure. In any case, this is my brand new custom. I picked it up at the Blade Gallery. I got it from the I got it from the Blade Gallery, and the maker of this knife is Lourens Prinsloo. Before I really get into it, I just want to give you guys a really good shot look at it. As you can see, it's really kind of pretty. There's no actual name for this knife, as far as I know. It's just called the front flipper with Nebula carbon fiber pattern on it, and it almost kind of looks like it's sort of like layered. You can see how, give you guys a closer look. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like it's sort of like layered carbon fiber, like thin carbon fiber, but actually I'm not sure if that's uh, all one thick piece of carbon fiber or if that's part of the design. I really can't tell. I think it's actually just the actual design, but in any case, it's quite stunning. I've never seen carbon fiber that looked like this before, so it's kind of new. Now, Lourens Prinsloo has been around quite a bit. He is quite popular in South Africa, but unlike other South African knife makers, his work is not well known here in the States. Not like Andre Thorburn, not like Arucas Blumeris, knife makers like that who are also from South Africa. Those guys are pretty famous. This guy's kind of like a hidden secret for whatever reason. And he hardly ever makes front flippers at all. So that's kind of a surprise that I actually saw this and realized that it was him. The knife that he's actually most famous for is this one right here. This is his regular flipper with the blue marble carbon fiber on it, and you can see it's got mosaic Damascus. This is what he's famous for, is this mosaic Damascus look. Yeah, and what makes this knife so interesting is that each cut of the mosaic Damascus is a different cut, so no two knives will ever be exactly the same because he cuts it from a large brick of mosaic Damascus, and each one of them has a different design on it. So that's always going to be unique to him, making this knife actually a one-of-a-kind handmade piece. And the same can be said for this one here as well. This is also one-of-a-kind handmade knife. The blade steel on it is Elmax. It is a front flipper. You use your thumb. You can flip it a couple of ways, either with your thumb like this, it pops open real easy, or you can use your index finger, making it really easy that way too. So the action is really good on it. It runs on not ceramic ball bearings, but regular ball bearings, and it's still very, very smooth. So why don't we go ahead and do some specs on this so I can tell you what the specs are. I don't have a ruler or anything, but I do have the specs here in front of me from the Blade Gallery, as you guys can see. So the blade length is 3.0. The cutting length is 3.0 inches. The total length of the knife is 7.3 inches. The blade again is Elmax steel hardened to 61, and it's got a nice hand rubbed finish on the blade, which I like. The hand rub finish, you can tell it's hand rubbed because you can see these lines running across the blade. It's got a drop point blade, by the way. That's the blade shape drop point. It's really kind of pretty, actually. I've got another Lourens Prinsloo knife. This one's also carbon fiber. As you can see, it's quite different. Just wanted to show you that one real quick. This one has sort of like gold carbon fiber with like these sort of golden specks on it. It's really quite amazing. Anyway, let's go ahead and do some size comparisons so you guys can get an idea of the size of this knife. So we're going to start off with a very familiar knife, the ZT0562. There's a large knife right there. Move this up a little bit so you guys can tell. So it's yeah, 0562. So there you go. It's up against the 0562. Here it is up against the Kershaw Bare Knuckle and M390 and Blackwash. It's a pretty cool knife. And then up against the Spyderco Sage. That's a really familiar knife. Everybody pretty much knows that one. So there you go, up against the Spyderco Sage. It's probably, I think if I did it this way, it might look a little, yeah, it looks like it's probably closer in size to the Spyderco Sage. So that would make this a medium-sized knife. But the way I do size comparisons, I always do it this way, so everybody gets a better idea. This knife is considered a middle-sized knife. This is the large size, and then for comparison in the small category, how about the Spyderco Techno? So there you go. You have small, medium, and large. So this fits in the medium category. And once again, I think that the Nebula carbon fiber is actually quite stunning on this. I'm also very happy that it's in LMAX steel, because that's kind of like a rare steel these days. You don't see too many knives, that are either production or custom with that steel on it. I'm not sure if that steel is going away or whatever the deal is, but I think it depends on the region of the country making the custom knife, what's available to them, and how popular the steel is. But I know for a fact that in the early 2000s, LMAX steel was it. I mean, everybody wanted an LMAX steel blade, so I'm kind of happy that this one's got LMAX on it. It's got a blue titanium pocket clip, titanium backspacer, but the star of the show, obviously, is the Nebula carbon fiber. Now, Lourens Prinsloo is a made-by-hand knife maker, so we're talking about a knife that is made by no CNC machining. There are no CNC machines. There are handmade tools that are used to make this knife, but not any CNC machining, so that's what makes it even more special. Any knife that's made by hand, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears put into these things. As you can see, the centering on it is dead on. It's just really just a unique knife. When you get into knives like this, custom knives, you're kind of like wondering, would I be using this knife? And actually, I've already used it. I use my custom knives because these things are so expensive. I use them quite lightly, not very heavily, just because, it's a custom knife, man. I paid a lot of money for it. But I do enjoy, even if I'm not using it, it's fun just to have it in my pocket. Flip it, look at it, flip it, put it back in my pocket. I mean, I enjoy my knife that way. Not every knife that I actually have will I have to use. I mean, knife making is an art, so why not have the finished product be like an art? I mean, everything on the knife, from the action to the way that it looks, is considered an art piece. So Lourens Prinsloo, from South Africa. That is what this knife is all about. And I don't know. I think it looks fantastic. This is actually my first South African custom in about a year. I kind of just disappeared for a while because, you know, I got into debt. But now my debt has gone way down, almost to zero. So, you know, this, you can consider this video sort of like an introduction to let everybody know that I'm back. I hope you guys start watching me again. You know, I got lost in trying to figure out how I could shoot these videos again with the way that YouTube changed some things on their app, that I couldn't find certain things, so it was difficult for me to figure out how to shoot horizontally. But now that I got that, I'm all back, and it's good to be back. So maybe I'll be a little bit more in depth in my next video. So there you go, Lourens Prinsloo, my latest custom. The knife does not come with any papers or anything. The only thing that I was provided with was the blade gallery information on it, because most custom knife makers don't actually make certificates anymore. It does come with the case, so this is the case. The case is actually quite nice. It's a leather case. Yeah, really pretty. So there you have it, Lourens Prinsloo. That is my latest custom. I will be back in a few minutes, literally, because I've got a production knife that I know you guys are going to want to check out, and I want to go ahead and do that one real quick. Hopefully that video will be a little more information on it. So I will be right back with that knife, and hope you guys kind of welcome me back, even though it's been a while. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Thank you so much. You have a great evening.